Okay, so today we are doing that meatloaf, and we have our bell pepper, celery, and onion chopped. And we have about, I think that's 2 pounds of ground beef. And then here are our seasonings. And I don't have Worcestershire, so I'm going to add some barbecue, so that works just fine. I'm going to put the seasonings in the description. And we have the veggies that we chopped that I'm putting in a pan of butter. I'm going to saute those and get them soft. Now let's add those seasonings. This is about 2 tablespoons of Mrs. Dash. And then 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And same of onion powder. And some coarse black pepper or fine black pepper. Doesn't have to be coarse. I just prefer it because I like to see the little specks of black pepper in my food. And I'm using a good amount. It should be the same as 2 tablespoons or 1.5. And some ground thyme. If you have fresh thyme, that's fine. If you have just dry thyme, that's fine too. And now some salt. Definitely have to add my kosher salt. Very important. 2 tablespoons of that. And so I have some hot dog bun bread. You can use sliced bread. Doesn't have to be hot dog bun bread. You can use rolls. And you can use breadcrumbs. But this is what I'm using because this is what I have. And I added those 2 buns, and I added about 1.5 cups of milk. It might be like 1 cup of milk, but I'm gonna add 2 eggs. And I think that's 1.5 cups of milk. I know I'm all over the place, but I did not write that portion down, so I had to base it on what I saw in the video. It looks like about 1.5 cups. So mix that up, and you're gonna add that to the meat and all the seasonings, and then that barbecue sauce. Again, you don't have to add the barbecue sauce, but just Worcestershire sauce works. I'm just finishing off that bottle. Okay, those vegetables that we were cooking, we're gonna add those. Okay, we're just gonna mix this up by hand, of course. Get this incorporated. I prefer by hand. I think the hands are our best tool. So if you want to use a spoon, you can use a spoon. Don't listen to me. I just like to use my hands. Okay, I like to feel it. Anyway, we're gonna mix that up real fast, real quick. All right, now we gotta shape it. I missed a little bit of the breadcrumbs, a little bread right there. I don't know if you saw that, but anyway, that's fine. So we're gonna shape it up real good in our loaf pan. Just get it a pan large enough to make you a decent size loaf with the amount of meat. Because it was 2 pounds. I believe that's 2 pounds of ground beef. It looks like more, y'all. I'm gonna have to remember this recipe a little bit better, but I'm gonna start with 2 pounds. Okay, so now we're gonna make that sauce. And the meatloaf topping that I make is sweet. Okay, it's sweet. If you don't like it sweet, by all means you can use another recipe, or you can reduce the amount of brown sugar that I add. So that was onion powder, black pepper, garlic powder, and I'm gonna use a little ketchup. So I'll write these ingredients in the description as well. Yeah, I waited a little long to do this video, so but yeah, this is pretty accurate. I don't really too much measure things, but I try to do it because I want to share these recipes with you guys. But you know, I'm just doing it along in my head and remembering it, and I reference the video as well. So just be patient with me. I will know it for sure and put it in the description. So that's a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Now you can stop there because I added about 1/8 of a cup after that. So yeah, that makes it a bit sweet. So this is, I have a video of a tomato paste that I made. This is the tomato paste that I made. If you want to learn how to make that, it's in another video. It has a layer of olive oil on top, so that coloring, that yellow greasy, that's the olive oil, just to kind of help seal. So I'm adding 3 tablespoons of that. You can use a tomato sauce, so you don't have to use a tomato paste. I just really like the flavor of the tomato paste that I made, so mix that up real good. I'm gonna add some water until I get it the consistency that I like. And that was only about a little under a 1/4 cup of water. So I'm gonna add majority of the sauce and get that on there evenly, because this is what is going to help keep that meatloaf moist. Okay, it's gonna be almost a barrier for it to dry out, and you know, everything else kind of helps too, more so the bread and the milk, you know, and then the egg is a binder, but this is really what helps it, you know, keep it real juicy. It's almost a base that you don't even have to keep repeating. So you add the rest. Some people, you know, bake that first layer and then add the rest later on. I just put it all on there because I like it caramelized and sticky. So there we go. That is looking really, really yummy. We had it in the oven at 350. And I'm going to post in the description for how long, because I based it on temperature. So after a while I checked, and that's how I found out. But anyway, let's work on our potatoes. So I boiled those fingerling potatoes with red and white, and I'm putting 4 tablespoons of butter in a pan. This pan sauteed the vegetables. That's why it has those little onions on the side. But I just added a tablespoon of olive oil and 2 sprigs of rosemary. Put those in there a little early just to get it opened up and get the aroma out, and put it into that butter and oil. So fresh garlic is much better in this situation. But I was actually kind of pressed for time because it was getting late and I had to feed the babies. That was some kosher salt, so I just put the garlic powder. Now placing those cooked fingerling potatoes in there. We're just gonna saute that. Like, this is a really simple side dish. While you're mixing your meatloaf, you can have the potatoes boiling. They don't take long to boil these small potatoes. Okay. You boil them until they're tender, fork tender, but not like falling apart like crazy. We want them to have a little bit of give, just a tiny bit, so they keep their shape. So after sauteing for about 10 minutes, just to get a little bit of caramelization, get those flavors in there, maybe, I don't want to say like 10 minutes on like medium low, and that's what we came out with. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope I was thorough enough. Don't forget, I will put in the comments exactly what I did. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Have a good one.